Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Taisho Alice. And I believe, because it's been like 3 or 4 days since I played, that we were probably going to get our ending. We made our last choice, so we should wrap this up in this part, I would assume, unless this goes really long. I don't know, but we'll find out. Anyway. Arisu, what are you doing here? Alistair? Is that you? Yeah? Okay, so it was him. Anyway, okay. I should have done his voice, whatever. Why are you crying? These are happy tears. I'm just so glad I could see you again. Okay, I'm kind of curious. If the choice was who were we looking for? We were looking for Alice, we were looking for Alistair. How does that change the ending when then Alistair's the one that's here with us now? Like, oh, hey, there's Alistair. But we weren't looking for him, we were looking for Alice. You know what I mean? So I'm curious. Interesting. That's funny. We see each other all the time. Right, good point. Where are we? It's so dark, I can't see a thing. Where do you think? Let's see. Well, at the very least, I'm pretty sure this isn't reality. In which case, perhaps a dream is the next most realistic alternative. How very ironic. Yeah, no kidding. But if this is a dream, then you're my... Alistair, take my hand. What for? I'm gonna take you to see the others. You are? Don't worry, I promise I won't let go. Now let's get going. Oh my god, phone. Jesus, a phone. God, mouse, click when I click. This thing is fucking annoying. Swear. Okay. Like, I clicked like 4 times and it didn't progress. It's like, hello? Looks like we're here. What is this place? Oh, they're here. My voice is a little hoarse. So they're gonna be off today. Sorry. Finally. We've been waiting. We've been waiting. We've been waiting. That's a little better. This way. Snow White says nothing. Welcome to the Looking Glass Room. This is the place where we were born. The place that connects the Looking Glass world to reality. Connects how? Each of these huge crystals acts as a mirror. Cinderella's gonna kill me, I'm sorry. Oh my god, this is gonna hurt so bad. When you take a closer look, you can see that it's a gateway to our worlds. I cannot get my voice higher up than that right now. I'm sorry. Like, you could probably hear it in just my normal talking voice. I thought of that as I started to record. Oh, yeah, my voice is just shot right now. Like, I was like, oh well. Though these worlds were originally single rooms. But one thing led to another, and our whole worldview changed. All thanks to Sister for giving us stories of her own. Though in my case, it's a little different. True that. By passing through these crystals, we've gained a consciousness of our own. The crystal mirrors lead both to reality and to the subconscious minds of the other personalities. You could say this is the realm of the unconscious. What do you mean? The unconscious is everything outside one's immediate awareness, the things one cannot perceive directly. Anything without a consciousness of its own is then consumed by the unconscious, just as you were when you first arrived. Do they really need the full explanation? I mean, they passed through the mirror to get to us. Arisu's not the problem here, it's Alistair. I love that. She's not the problem, it's him. You're the problem. Oh my god, that's good. I know what they're saying, but they're also like, but like, you're telling this poor man who's got multiple personalities, who is like, literally just always feeling like crap about himself, that he's a problem. Good to go. Good way to go. Ah, so it seems, isn't it? Hey, did you actually explain it to him? Because he's totally zoning out. Kinda? Give me a break. Look, I don't understand all of this myself, okay? To be fair, we only recently grasped the truth of this world ourselves. Recently? More like just now. Sister. Who are you people? Seeing as our dear king seems confused, let's all introduce ourselves, shall we? Fair enough. I'm Cinderella, the first personality you ever made. This has got to be weird. This is gonna be weird for Cinderella. Like, I'm just not even a real person. I hate you. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I would just feel really upset if all of a sudden you're like, wait. So you're telling me my whole entire life is a lie and I've just been an imaginary person inside someone else's head? So, like, my life is just a fucking story that they created, basically? Like, I know I'm a whole personality, but, like, I'm not exactly real. Like, I'm real, but not. Because then at some point, I'm gonna go away and just cease to exist like I died. Because this motherfucker got his sanity back. Like, I just... Yeah, I don't know. I would just feel very uncomfortable with that. I feel like it's a very disquieting situation, you know? Anyway. I'm Snow White. Your second personality. Oh, Snow White came before Red Riding Hood. Oh. I thought it was the other way around, but that's okay. I am Red Riding Hood, your third personality. Name's Kaguya, and I'm your fourth personality. I'm the wizard, and as it happens, your fifth personality. Wait, he was the fifth? I thought Gretel came first. Huh. Because I thought the wizard happened after Gretel, that they were like, okay, let's try this. Oh, but then again, no, okay, never mind. It does make sense because the doctor who created the wizard in Alistair, kind of forced Alistair into it, basically, like kind of manipulated him, was the other doctor who eventually kind of abandoned him, and then my family took him in. So he was like, Ryoshi was his doctor when Gretel was formed. So Ryoshi isn't the one who kind of... No, I don't want to say force. I don't know the word that I'm looking for right now because I'm not very smart at the moment. But you know what I mean? Like, he's not the one who kind of pried out the wizard with Alistair. It was the other doctor. So, yeah, okay. And Ryoshi was his doctor when Gretel was born. So, yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's just... I don't know, like, those two pieces were connecting in my brain. So, okay. Anyway. I don't know. The wizard just always seemed like the last one, but this does make sense. Okay. And I'm Gretel, your sixth personality. Well, that's true, because then when Gretel was born, I just saw that Ryoshi was like, is he your fifth or the sixth? Like, he doesn't know, because they're not really sure about the wizard, because they created the personality, but he always just was like, nope, fuck you, I'm not showing up. Like, because he knew everything, you know what I mean? He was meant to help the doctor, and he was like, psh, screw you, buddy, I'm just gonna sit here and ignore you. And, like, acted like he wasn't there, so, like, Ryoshi's like, is he the fifth? Is Gretel the fifth or the sixth? Because, like, is that other one there or not? Who knows? Because, you know, I guess you didn't really know because the wizard was playing hard to get. I like it. Alistair, surely you know us all very well. Yes, I do. You're the personalities who live inside me. That is correct. But you all look so... These are our true forms, yeah? Actually, no. Our ideal forms? We have no body of our own, but in this world we can take any form we like. When we wake up, we're always stuck in your body, though. Do you understand our current predicament? Okay, I want this to be the harem ending where somehow magic, we pull all the personalities. Oh my god! We pulled them out of your brain and now they're real people! I know that that's like way more far-fetched than we've all just been in his head and we're imaginary, but I just want to make them real and then we have the harem ending. That's what I want. It's not going to happen, but it hurts me that the Alice ending is like everybody else disappears and like, you know what? That makes me kind of a little bit of spite for you, Alice. That makes me dislike you a little bit. Genius game, though. But I just kind of gonna be at the end like, yeah, I don't like that all of our boyfrienders are dead. Basically, they cease to exist. I don't like it. Yeah. No. It's gonna make me feel a little it's a little unsettling. I don't like it, necessarily. I like it because it's genius. And you didn't really see it coming, and like, holy fuck, wow. Wow, yeah. But I don't like it because, no, that's not the happy ending I want. It's what I got. But like, not personally to me the best outcome for the game itself. You know what I mean? But I see where they're going with it, and I can appreciate it. So, this is a dream. I'm dreaming. Sonotori. That's right. Arisu, if this is a dream, then you're... Yep, I'm Arisu, your 7th personality. Wow. Oh, God. What? How can this be? How are you one of my personalities? So all this time, the Arisu I thought I knew was just... Don't worry, the real Spacey Arisu does in fact exist. Then who are you? I'm her shadow. In order to save the prince of the Looking Glass world, Spacey Arisu created a heroine in your heart. I was created using your memories of Spacey Arisu, plus everything she's saying to you in the real world. She came to save me? In my dreams? That's right. The prince took so long to wake up, the princess got impatient. Well, you're totally gonna have to explain everything, aren't we? Mr. Wizard, please explain it to him the same way you did for us. Good grief. Again? Unlike the rest of us, you have all of our memories. Suck it up. You're not sister. Suck it up, not sister. I just like saying sister in the creepy grotto voice. I never asked to have these memories, you know. Oh, well, whatever. Hello there, Alistair. As I said earlier, I'm the wizard, your 5th personality. The wizard? You must be surprised to learn that I exist. So is everyone else. None of these fine folks knew I was here. Oh, and while normally I'd say, nice to meet you, the truth is we're already acquainted. Huh? I was always spying on you from inside your head. Whenever you felt someone watching you, that was me. See, I'm special. I possess all of the memories spanning across all your personalities. Right, I mean, and that makes sense, because that's what the doctor wanted. So that he could talk to somebody who knew everything, and then the wizard was like, fuck you. The others can interact, but they don't have the same memories. I, however, do. So I know exactly what's happened to you over the course of your entire life. You remember the Bamboo House Orphanage, right? A little of it. From your perspective, you woke up and suddenly found yourself there. It wasn't your first experience with memory loss, but this time the gap was so large that you realized someone else was inside you. Then an orphanage worker took you to the psych ward. There you were diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, or multiple personality disorder as it's known in fiction. And this time you kept disassociating to escape the tragedies in your life. This behavior created... Well, at this time... Oh, all this time. Okay, I was like, at this time, and then Cinderella. Cinderella was before that. Okay, all this time. That makes more sense. All right, never mind. I read that wrong. All this time, you kept disassociating to escape the tragedies in your life. This behavior created Cinderella, Snow White, Red Riding Hood, and Kaguya. And then I was born after that. Created by a psychiatrist, in fact. He wanted to craft a flawless personality with all the knowledge and memories of the others. One that could endure the pain. He wanted me to be the new Alistair. Oh my god. Wow, that's kind of actually horrifying. I was meant to unify all the personalities and live a healthy life under your name. He's like, let's just take Alistair, throw him out, and let's create the wizard who's going to be all the personalities, including Alistair. So we put everything together, but instead of trying to fix Alistair, we basically just create a copy, staple all the other shit to it, and then slap it on top. Perfect. It'll work. Like, Just slap a coat of paint over it. It's fine. Holy shit, no, the paint's gonna peel right off. You keep just painting over it. Frankly, I'm more qualified than anyone else here, including you. Unlike you, I have all your memories. I'm confident I'd put your mind and body to better use. Everything you could never get, I probably could. Even your wildest dreams. Yeah, but no offense, Wizard. I love you, you're beautiful. But, like, even your personality and, like, Alistair, I probably wouldn't like as much. Because, like, Alice is an okay side character, but I gotta be honest, I don't particularly like Alistair at all. I get, like, you know, he's kind of a sad sack because he's had a shitty life. He's, like, you know, he's created all these personalities because of his trauma and shit like that. But it's like, but I don't find that attractive. Like, I'm not like, yeah, best boyfriend. No. Yeah, no. And even if the wizard was in his body, I also just don't like, Alice and Alistair, you're a fine character. Pal, but I'm not like, yes, I love you. It's Kaguya and the wizard. I don't even mind Gretel. Snow White's a little too lolly boy for me. And, like, Red and Cinderella are great, too. But, like, Alice is on the lolly boy borderline. And it's also, and just, like, I just don't find anything about you. Really? I don't find him detestable or unlikable. But I also don't find him likable. You know what I mean? I'm like, you exist. Cool. But I'm not really here for, you know what I mean? Like, you play routes. Like, you play the routes because that's what you're supposed to do. I want to play all of them. But there are ones that you're like, I'm playing it because I want to complete the game. But if I was going to be like, well, I'm only going to play the routes I like and I don't care about the rest, I wouldn't really care about Alice/Alistair. I like him as the side character in the other ones. I might not have really played Snow White either, but that also feels weird to be like, well, I didn't bother playing that. Really? What? No, you have to play all of them. You can't not play them, but they're not ones that I was like, oh god, I was looking forward to it in the sense of, because how this turned out. But if this were like a normal Otome game, you know what I'm saying. You've probably watched other ones that I've played where it's like, yeah, I'm doing this as for completionist sake, but I'm not like really here for this character. They're not my favorite character. They'd actually be one that's completely forgettable that I just don't want to play, but I'm doing it because I'm doing it because I have to and I hate them. There are those characters. And we know which ones those are. But he's more like in the, yeah, you're there. You're there and I'm playing the route to finish it. But I don't find anything about you appealing. Or you're not coming to the man harem, basically. You know what I'm saying. And there's some characters you're absolutely coming, and other ones like, I mean, yeah, you know what? If you want to come along too, I guess that's fine. I'm cool with that if they want to. But then there's other ones like, please no. No. I like you as a person. And we can like read books together or like go chill and have a beer, but like we're friends, but you're not in the man harem. That's not how it works. You can be in the friend compound across the street. Like, you're just one of those, no offense, you're just like, but that's Alice and Alistair. Like, I don't. Some people absolutely love Alice, but I'm just like, not really. A lot of times the canon boyfriends are ones that I'm like, really? Why? And that's the way this is. I'm kind of like, eh. I don't know. If it had been, say, the wizard, who was Alistair/Alice with the multiple personalities, and he looked like that, I might have liked him better. But unfortunately, like, this doesn't appeal to me. This appeals to me. This doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So, I'm not going to feel like, I'm not going to go to the best ending ever. I'm going to be like, no, I'm going to be slightly disappointed just because Alistair/Alice doesn't appeal to me. So, I appreciate the game for what it is. Don't get me wrong. But we're just going to back it up and pretend this is not really the ending. So we don't erase all of my perfect boyfriends. Oh, Kaguya. Kaguya. I said that before, right? Yeah, like, okay, anyway. I'm not all here today. Anyway. Because I have the talent. Whoa, wizard man. But I'm not Alistair. I can never be Alistair because I'm me. I feel like the poor wizard is more of an identity crisis than Alistair. Alistair's like, I've always been Alistair, but I also am other people, so I've forgotten a lot. And the wizard's like, I'm everybody here. What is, I don't understand. Same for everyone else here. And none of them think of themselves as Alistair. So I couldn't be what the doctor wanted. No one ever noticed I was there. Save for one person. Oh my god, click. The rest is just as you remember it. After the psychiatrist abandoned us, we were adopted by the Irisu family. That's where we reunited with Spacey Irisu. Your time at the Irisu estate wasn't all sunshine and roses, but I'd say it was the most stability you'd had in a while. The Irisu family was sympathetic to your problems. They understood you, and they had plenty of money to support you. Ironic, isn't it? Whereas your own blood relatives treated you like trash, these total strangers were actually kind to you. But then those kind parental figures left for work. After that, it was just you and Spacey all alone in that old house. She was a smart, capable girl, cheerful, optimistic, and brave. Total Gryffindor. And she was very kind to you. Devoted, you might say. The closer you got to her, the more you fell for her. Isn't that right? Well, that applied to the rest of us, too. Don't pretend you didn't notice. Yeah, I noticed. Right from the start. I don't know the details, but I got the sense she was making friends with all of you. After I met her, I didn't encounter the problems I had before. It didn't solve everything, however. We all had deep, unshakable trauma. And as long as those wounds remained untreated, we'd forever live in your head. But of course, this affliction wasn't easy to heal. Time passed and the wounds festered. And then you disassociated again. And that's where I come in. I was there because I wanted to lust after sister. Gretel is seriously fucked up and I love him a little. You must have been so confused. You stabilized after you moved into the Irisu house. You even found people who could understand you. And yet it happened again. And then Spacey's brother told you she was to blame. Only he could see the abnormality in her. She only cared about the man she loved. Anything else was just a game of chess to her, be it her family, her friends, or even herself. And then a major incident occurred. It was my fault, because I wanted to devour sister so badly. Gretel. Following your violent outburst, you were suspended. And when Spacey got herself suspended right afterward, you caught a glimpse of her madness. After that, you lost your trust in her. You started to question who it was she truly loved. And then you succumbed to despair and went to the lake. Right. I swallowed a ton of sleeping pills. It seems you finally remember. Why? Why'd you do it, mate? Are you trying to off yourself? You knew what would happen if you swallowed all those pills. Kaguya's like, how dare you kill us all, smack. I love Kaguya, he's so precious. You knew it would hurt our puppet. I wasn't trying to kill myself. Explain all this, then. We cannot blame Alistair alone. While we had no ill intentions, the fact remains we swapped in and out of his body and controlled it as we saw fit. Yep, I mean, you kind of had a right to. He created you. You're supposed to just live in his head. Yes, imaginary people in my head, stay in there. It's weird if you come out. Sometimes people just think we're doing voices at a party, but, I mean, just keep it down, okay? It was our actions that caused him that much pain, and we should hold ourselves accountable. Yeah? And what of our pain? If he didn't want us ruining his life, then I reckon he should have he shouldn't have saddled us with the shoddy parts. Why are we always the villains? He didn't mean to create us. He just didn't have any other choice. Exactly. He's a weak person, just like we are. We've all suffered, not just him and not just us. That being said, I cannot accept this. Yes, we have all endured deep, unshakable trauma. A meeting Spacey didn't change this. But if we could have taken things more slowly... There was no time for that. What? I swallowed the pills because I needed to talk to you guys. Cinderella, Snow White, Red Riding Hood, Kaguya, Wizard, Gretel, Spacey, so-and-so. So, good lord. I wanted to have a conversation with all of you living here inside me. A conversation? And that's why you endangered your life? Yeah, I figured I'd never be able to meet you otherwise. I knew you all existed. I knew I had DID. The psychiatrist told me you all either stayed in your rooms or visited the darkness in order to talk. It's been on my mind this whole time. I knew you guys could talk to each other, so why couldn't I go to the darkness too? But I should have expected it. Like the wizard said, this is my subconscious mind. I was never going to be able to consciously come here. And yet here you are. Yeah. A dream interpretation exists for a reason. In a dream, you can consciously perceive the workings of the subconscious. Oh, for God's sakes. I knew what was coming when after that line, I'm like, we're going to say that same motherfucking line we have said 37 fucking times in like the last 2 installments of this game. I'm going to need you to stop. Because nothing is more, like, yes, I have an issue. I hate repeating myself. It's one thing I'm like, hey, can you do this? What? I said, can you do this? What did you say? Can you? I've asked you I've said the same thing 7 fucking times. I hate it. Or like someone asks you a question and you answer it, and the next person asks you the same question and you answer it, and then someone, I know it's 3 different people asking me the same question, but it makes me so annoyed when I have to say the same thing 3 times. So just, there is something triggering in this when it's like this, and you're like, I have said this line 400 and 700, 400 and 700, yeah. 476 bazillion fucking times, and I'm goddamn sick of it. Like, oh my god! Could we never say this again, please? One can say that a dream is a reproduction or recreation of our memories. In most cases, the people and places that appear in your dreams are taken wholesale from your past. I imagine as he started saying this, one can say that a dream is a reproduction or recreation of our memories, and every single one of them repeated the last sentence with him, and they're like, yes, we've all said it and heard that line 76 fucking times each. Move on. So I figured maybe I could speak with you in a dream. Like, I get where they were going with it. Like, oh, we're gonna rehash this. You didn't need to, game. You've told us this 100 times. Please don't. Weren't you just running away from the real world? What? You were struggling with your dissociative identity disorder. You were afraid of us. Isn't that why you rejected Spacey's love? No, that's not true. Yes, it is. I have all your memories, and I remember that day. Dude, the wizard's pissed. That day you looked in the mirror and asked us how we felt about Spacey. And I told you I loved her. Then you freaked out, and when she came running, you told her you weren't sure she really loved you. But even then she refused to give up on you. In order to heal you, she created a Spacey Arisu personality inside your head. It's like really easy to create personalities in his head because the psychiatrist did it. I want you to create a personality that is basically a better version of you that we can use to overwrite you because you suck. What? Nothing. And then Spacey's there, hey, I'm gonna need you to create a personality of me so that I could go in there and put the fucking pieces back together because you're an incompetent fuck. And then there you go. I'm gonna need you to create a personality that's basically a piece of toast. Tap, tap, tap. He's the toast personality. Like, I mean, it's just really easy to create personalities in his head. That should be his main concern here. Like, not I have trauma and I do it like this. It's the people just say the right thing to me and new personality. You should not be that. This is not a party trick, but we're turning it into one. And as you slept, she told you stories. What stories? Remember what I said earlier? We all have deep, unshakable trauma. Oh, my throat hurts so bad. As long as those wounds remained untreated, will forever live in your head. So in order for us to have good dreams, she sent us stories with all her love. The love gift of a fairy tale. Stories in which we took turns being the prince while she was the princess. Of course, it didn't go perfectly. Sometimes she slipped up and made bad decisions. On purpose. At those points, I stepped in to kill her. A single story can't have multiple heroines, after all. And that was the role she chose for me. Every time she healed one of us, you regained a little more of yourself. And now, Alistair, it's time for your story. And now you should be pretty much up to speed. Yeah, I think I am. I'm sorry. What I did was out of line, and I know nobody's happy about it. I don't expect my apology to fix anything. I brought it all on myself by being so weak. Don't worry about that. What was it you were so desperate to talk to us about? Was it about sister? Spacey or Taisho? Me? When I said I didn't have time, I meant because of her. I don't get it. Arisa was a strong girl. Smart, capable, brave. She is everything I lack. Kinda, yeah. She was kind to me, and I'm sure she was kind to you guys, too. If we'd taken things slowly, yeah, she probably could have healed you guys regardless. But what about her? Ryoshi told me she only cares about the guy she loves. I didn't get it at first, but after I saw how she reacted in the aftermath of Gretel's incident, I figured it out. She would sacrifice anything for us, even herself. And she can't possibly predict the repercussions. We're impulsive, reckless, and a little fucking messed up in the head, too. So, hey, I mean, we are a good couple, I guess, in that sense. She could lose her friends or the trust of her family. She might just lose everything. But she won't let any of it stop her. She's a little cray-cray, is all I'm saying. She's already sacrificed more than you know. Oh, wait, that was Alistair that said that. Never mind. I don't know why I saw the wizard and I thought it was him anyway. She's already sacrificed more than you know. The wizard's like, no, because it might be the wizard anyway. Not only that, I saw her crying. She tries to be there for us, but it's hard on her too. At the rate she's going, she'll ruin her whole life for our sake. That's why I made a stand. To save her, I plunged into the dream world to meet you guys. For her? Like for her? I think... Well, I'll be damned. Turns out her crush is mutual after all. Looks like I got jealous and hurt over a misunderstanding of my own making. But deep down, I always knew. Anyone else want to offer their viewpoint? Alistair seems to want to discuss the situation between us and Spacey. Sure, let's talk. I have no objections. See, this is kind of nice because like everyone in your man harem is like, all right, let's sit down and discuss her, okay? Because we're all in love with her and like we can share. Yeah, okay. But then they're all just imaginary people in his head, and then that's the sad part. But like, I just imagine sometimes the man harem discussions are like this. Okay, so we all need to discuss. Look, we're all here. We all love Spacey. We all need to get along, right? Yes? Listen, sit down. You behave yourself over there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, then there's like, okay, so everybody gather round. We've got new additions to the man harem because she played another Otome game. There's also new additions because she watched an anime. So, for God's sakes, we're going to need to build a new wing. So I'm going to get somebody on that. But in the meantime, we're going to need you guys to share rooms temporarily until we can add the other wing in the house. It should only take a day. We're really good at this. It's a good mental man harem. But, you know, is anybody willing to share? Get to know people? Like, gonna have a nice dinner where we all meet the new guys. I'm a whore in my head, apparently. Not in real life. In real life, I'm like, yeah, no, I'll pass. Please, people, don't touch me. I don't, Sorry, I needed a drink. But, like, in my head, nope. I mean, it's not like a freaking porn in there. Like, gross. It's just my man harem. I just keep them all to myself. It's like a plushie pile. You know, you just, all mine, squishy. Anyway. I got, like, 99 problems, and my man harem ain't one of them, okay? That's at least the only thing good in my head. But anyway. I have no objections. See? I haven't got any either. I mean, if it's for Spacey. Or, I'm sorry. I know he says her name, but I mean, if it's for sister, I don't think any of us would decline. I just want to be able to keep saying it. I like saying it that way. It's creepy and weird. Probably not. No. And then let's get started. Right. This is going to be a lot longer of an ending than I thought. Thanks, guys. Unless we don't talk about this. Hey, What is it, Arisu? Sorry to butt in when you're trying to sort things out, but should I leave or something? I may be Arisu, but I'm not Spacey. I'm just a doppelganger she created. I'd like you to stay. After all, I want to speak to all of my personalities. Aw, Alistair. All right, then I'll stay. Okay. Well, what about Spacey do you want to talk about? Well, it'd be better like, no, leave, so that then she's just like, okay, and then we talked. Like, I probably had to make her happy, right? Oh, that's not hard, isn't it? We just gotta disappear then. It's not normal for us to share a single body. I feel like his accent's off, but whatever. And since we can't predict when we'll swap, she'd have a proper nightmare of a time being our girlfriend. Or your wife. This is my... Which one are you now? I'm just saying. It's kind of like having a man harem, but it's just multiple men inside one body. But, like, the thing about the man harem is you get your individual men. They don't just share one body. Because, like, how do you pick one? That's why you love individual ones. You're like, you're perfect for these reasons, and you are these. And, like, I like your beautiful faces. So I want my million men in the man harem to have their million faces. That's all I'm saying. Well, that's why we've all got to fuse with Alistair. For her sake. I knew that was coming. Same. Hold on a minute. Are you sure you're all okay with that? You'll disappear. Same. We're on the same page. We really need to talk this through. Maybe there's a better option. So you say, but... Well, we could lay down some rules. For example, we could operate on a timetable to decide who gets to be in control of Alistair. Not the same. I want you, not Alistair with your personality. It's just not going to work for me. Huh? And then we could all get to share Spacey. This is actually funny, because this is very much like man harem debates, except for not the body stealing thing, but it's kind of funny. Like, this is a little too on topic and on brand with the man harem thing. Like, woo. But only if everyone consents to that, of course. I don't like it. I don't want to share my girlfriend with anyone, even if they are in the same body as me. And the thought makes me sick with jealousy. Same for me as well. I want Puppet to only be mine. I don't want any other bloke having her. This is not how it works in the man harem, so I'm going to need you to back up. You're going to have to agree to share. I'm also opposed, though I can't quite explain why that is, since I get a nosebleed every time I think of her. Nose starts gushing. If it's what she would want, then I'm cool with it personally. Ideally, I'd want to be the selfless guy who could put her happiness first, but it's not that easy to convince myself. It sounds like no has the majority vote. Motion denied. Alistair's like, yeah, it's my body, so no. Are you sure about this, Alistair? Huh? About what? You said you wanted to talk to us. Well, we might not agree with you on certain issues. And if your opinion as the main personality takes precedence, then there's no point in having a discussion at all. Yeah, I get that. I want to take all your individual opinions into account. Glad to hear it. Alright then, let's continue the conversation. If we're going back to the fusion proposal, then I have to ask, sister aside, is there anyone who actively wants to disappear? I'll take that as a no. I like how any of us would want to disappear. It's suicide. If you asked me a while ago, I might have said I would. Kaguya. Me too. You too, Snow White? Nods. Well, Snow White and Kaguya have both experienced some top-tier drama. Oh, right. But I don't feel that way anymore. I admit for a long time I was living in a nightmare, but then Spacey came and turned it into a sweet dream. Me, I always wanted to go home to the moon, but now I've changed my mind. She changed us. Look at how beautiful Kaguya is. God, he's so adorable. I actually kind of like him when he's more like our bodyguard in the Cinderella route, because he just seems a little less like pathetic, damaged baby kitten. Like, you're like, oh, you poor little thing. Like, he just seems like a more normal just healthy person, like mentally healthy person. Just like, oh, hey, I'm your bodyguard, right? And then in his own route, he's like, woohoo. Like, so you're like, I don't know, like, look, I'm a little crazy on my own. I don't need to sign up for extra crazy. And for that matter, are we sure Sister truly loves Alistair? What do you mean? Whenever she spoke to me, I got the sense she was romantically interested, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't just seeing things. Even I don't know the answer to that. She said that she loves me, but... Way to humble brag. No, I'm not trying to. Maybe she's secretly in love with one of us, then. Or all of you. No, that's not possible. What makes you say that? I know she's in love with Alistair. When I tried to have my way with her, I pretended to be him, but she rejected me. Excuse me? You did what? You tried to... Arisu, is this true? Huh? Why me? I don't remember that at all. That happened to Spacey Arisu, not me. Not that part. Can't pretend I'm not curious, but... Is it true she's in love with Alistair? No, I'm more in love with you and the wizard, but... Yeah, you're a shadow of Spacey Arisu. Surely you know how she feels. Honestly, not really. I'm her, but she's not me. That being said, you know how Snow White was saying she healed all of you? Sure, maybe it was just a dream, so it wasn't real life, but... The one thing I can say for sure is this. She sincerely wanted you all to find happiness in some way. So if you ask me, I'd say she really loves every single one of you. That's more true, I believe that. That's more what I want. But there's only one of her. Her love can't be divided. That's not true. I have a lot of love to go around for the man harem, okay? So in order for you to have good dreams, she sent you the love gift of a fairy tale. If we say the dream fucking line again, you know what I mean? That one? You know the one I'm talking about anyway. Spacey Arisu has helped us all so much. I wonder which version of her I fell for. I mean, obviously I like both of them, but... Part of me thinks the one that truly stole my heart was the girl in the dream who healed my pain. I've been thinking about this as well. After she healed me, this other version of Miss Arisu appeared, and it was so strange. I could tell she wasn't the same woman I loved. Of course she isn't. She doesn't have those special memories. That's the difference between the two. It was those memories that made you fall for her. I reckon this is how the real Spacey must have felt back in the real world. Same face, voice, and personality, but it's not the same. Hard to say whether it's really her at all. Well then, if you had to choose between the real Spacey Arisu and the dream version, who would you pick? Well, that's the thing. They don't have to disappear. I'm like, I wonder if that's where they're going. Like, you don't have to disappear. You just have to go live in your dream forever. Basically, you're like in a coma in his head. So as long as Alistair is alive, your dream will continue. You will never be in control again. The personalities are totally asleep, living in their dream worlds, happy as can be, going on about their lives. They have no idea what's happening in quote-unquote the real world because they're not taking over Alistair's body. And Alistair has like he has no idea that they're there because they're buried so deep. Because they're all sleeping. There you go. They don't have to go away. They don't have to disappear. They just have to go away. Yeah. I promised her that I'd still love Spacey Arisu even after the dream was over. But when this Arisu showed up, I realized, in the end, the Spacey Arisu I love is the one for my dream. Same here. I don't love Arisu or Spacey Arisu. I love my Spacey. I agree. I care about them both very much, but if you ask me who I love, it's not sister, it's Spacey. I'll choose Spacey as well. She needed me and she saved me. What about you, Red Riding Hood? Me? I do not love Mr. Risu. The one I love is Spacey. Well, I'll be. We all fell for the versions of her that loved us in our stories. We each have a princess of our own. What about you, Wizard? You had a story too, didn't you? I did, but I'm not like the rest of you. I'm in love with the real Spacey Risu. Alright then. Now, Alistair, who is it that you love? Does the wizard get to take over Alistair's body? That'd be amazing. Like, oh my god, it's really the wizard! But also sad, because wizard, you're so beautiful, and then you gotta be in Alistair's body. No offense. He's, like, adorable and all, but just not my type, you know? Huh? He rejected her love. So why did you decide to help her? Do you love her or not? I admit, I rejected her love that day. My story has always had a lot of missing pieces, and it's been a struggle. All my life, I've had strangers worry over me or question me. Somehow it felt like I was always in two places at once. It was eerie and surreal. I spent every moment in fear and revulsion. I was so scared of everyone around me, I wanted to run away. Despite all that, Spacey reached out to me. But I was still afraid of her. I couldn't tell what she was thinking. Sure, she was kind to me, but I could never be sure if she loved me or a different me I didn't know. But when I saw her crying that night, I thought to myself, I want to heal her. The princess of my story is the real Spacey Arisu. Alright, now you and the wizard have to battle to the death. Wizard looks so sad. I love you, wizard. I had a feeling this was coming. Fine. I'll disappear. She's already rejected me, so I have no regrets. Oh no, wizard, this hurts my soul. Mr. Wizard, are you sure? Your situation's different, though. The rest of us got happy endings, but you... Mine was happy enough. He's so... Oh. Huh? It's nothing. I was always planning to let her kill me anyway. What about the rest of you? No lingering attachments? Not a one. Can't say I have any regrets, but it's alright. Can't say I don't have any regrets, sorry. I can accept it too. What about Snow and Red? You two both have friends in the real world, right? Wolf and Mr. Huntsman, was it? The ones you've met here in the Looking Glass world aren't real. Ryoshi would never admit it aloud, but he wants to see Snow White, and Wolf moved back to his backwater town just to find Red Riding Hood. Do you want to see them too? Well... And then why don't you just say hi to them every now and then? Using my body, I mean. What? But won't that cause problems for you? Exactly. You're the one who needs us to disappear in the first place. Yeah, but... Are you afraid of getting all your memories back? Good point. If he regains all of our memories at once, It'll hit him like a ton of bricks. No. And that's not it. I admit I'm scared of experiencing those bad memories for the first time, but that's not why. After talking with all of you, I realize now that getting you to disappear won't make Spacey happy. Huh? I think what she truly wants is to make all of you happy. All of us? That was without not really Kaguya. All of us? That's really hard. I can't just say that in his voice, because without doing a full line to get to that point. But anyway. You mean the thing where we all share her? Not that. You guys already voted against that. Besides, you've said you're not actually in love with the real Spacey, right? She loves you guys so much. And that's why she wanted you to find happiness. She wanted to heal you. But she's only one person. Her love can't be divided. And then I wandered into the dream world. And at that point, an idea occurred to her. She could express that love through stories and send them to you while she was waking me. Oh yeah, okay, no, that makes sense. Sorry. And that way, there could be more than just one of her. That way, our love could be divided. Then she used those love stories to heal you, just as she planned. It sounds absurd, but that's exactly the sister I know. Quite right. Quite right. She wanted all of us to get a happy ending. Is she a philanthropist or just plain greedy? Greedy. It's the greediness. Knowing her, probably both. Touché. And that's why I want to grant her wish, in order to heal her. And nobody needs to disappear. All you have to do is keep on living happily in my head. So you want us to keep dreaming, is that it? Exactly what I said, so that's perfect. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm getting at. I'm sure it won't be an easy choice to make. You're all unique individuals. You may hesitate to cut ties with the real world. And it might be hard to accept your time here was all a dream. Snow White's like, yeah, nah. Sure, maybe it was all a dream. Maybe none of it was real. But like you said, she sincerely wanted us all to find happiness in some way, right? Yeah, exactly. And the fact remains that she succeeded in healing us. So how do we all feel about my proposal? I'm cool with it, I guess. Me too. Though it means I won't be able to keep my promise. I'm fine with it. I don't mind. I have no objections. Wizard. I will do whatever the Queen commands. And then it's settled. Indeed. Democracy. What? Well, it feels like a democratic process at work, don't you think? We all made this decision as a group by hashing it out. I guess that makes us the Taisho democracy. Oh my god. I see what you did there. In Japanese, Taisho refers to the symmetry of mirror reflections. Oh, hi. Wow, okay. I mean, I didn't know that, so there you go. Okay, that's... They used the... Wow. And then the Taisho era, too, and they bring that up. Like, oh, and they're like the first cafe, and we live in a cafe. That explains some stuff there, and then there's that. Ooh. Wow. And a democracy is a society where everyone gets a say. A government for the... by the people, for the people. Don't forget the Taisho and the Taisho era. It represents the people's plea for a just government. And as they said, wasn't that when the first cafe... Like, what? Like, and you're like, and we live in a cafe. There's a lot of cafe going on. They did a lot of, like, putting a little tiny sprinkles in there. It was kind of cute. Feels weird knowing Spacey Arisa was the one to bring us all together. I know, right? First she brings us together. And then she brings us to our demise. Fitting, I suppose. Come to think of it, did you guys know each other before today? Know of each other, sure. But this is my first time seeing some of them. Namely Snow and the Wizard. Although the wizard showed up in my story as a shady fortune teller. I wasn't a fortune teller. I'm a wizard. It's like, I'm a wizard. Same difference. Now that I think about it, I never met the wizard. Nor had I. And that's because my role as the wizard, I showed up only to throw a wrench into your little fairy tales. Gee, thanks a lot. We went through hell because of you. In your case, I should think it was heaven. Stop. Don't bring it back up, you sadist. You could have at least introduced yourself. Why did you stay quiet all this time? Because I had no intention of getting buddy-buddy with any of you. Oh my god, my mouse moved. You all overthink things way too much. The past is in the past, and there's nothing you can do about it. So get over it. So obnoxious. Says the one who wasn't around for it. Need I point out what happened to the bloke who went through it all to begin with? Yes, I get it. I can see now that I was wrong. The past, he says. Exactly how much time has passed out in the real world anyway? Spacey Taisho is surely waiting on tender hooks for Alistair to awaken. I reckon so. I reckon so. That's better. Arisu, can you take him to the other side? The discussion's over now, so he needs to get back to reality. Can't leave him alone for too long, or who knows what kind of trouble he'll wander into next. All of a sudden, boo. Hi! What's up, guys? I'm a new personality. Oh, son of a bitch. Now we gotta do this whole thing again. I'm just kidding. Huh. You can say that again. And remember, you mustn't go astray. You're one to talk. Ugh. I vowed never to do it again. Yeah, I know. And the rest of us will go back to our worlds. We each have someone special waiting for us, and we don't want her to worry. Okay, got it. I'll take Alistair home. Thanks, Arisu. Please do. Just leave it to me. Guys, thank you. I'm so glad we were able to talk it out. Alistair, a dream is a wish your heart makes. Of fucking course. They threw in an actual I think Disney's gonna sue. That's a Disney Cinderella line. Here, Princess Charming came all this way just to find you. She's a real keeper, you hear me? Right. Thanks, Cinderella. Alistair, I was always jealous that Mother loved you and not me. But the way I see it now is, I think Mother was trying to accept me. That's why she made me my favorite apple pie before she died. Oh, that's true, because in Snow White's, you're not my son! Right? Yeah, I agree. Thanks for everything. Take care. Thank you too, Snow White. Alistair, I sincerely apologize for all the trouble I caused you. Likewise, I'm sorry too. No, don't be. Wait, we're going in circles. Alistair, I forgive you. Thanks, Red. I forgive you too. Alistair, sorry for having a go at you just now. It's okay. The Earth is tainted, full of unsightly things. We're all greedy humans just the same. That's why you mustn't wish to go to the moon. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Kaguya. He's making peace and best friends with his personalities. The wizard's like, I hate you. Wizard, you really love her, don't you? Yes, I do. Much more than you do. I love her so much, in fact. I'll choose her happiness over mine. But I love you, Wizard. Thank you, Wizard. But Alistair, to maintain your position, you'll have to run at full speed. The moment you stop, I might just come to kill you. Well, that's terrifying. I'll call the police. He's gone yandere. You three don't have the right to judge. Alistair, be careful not to overdose on candy. And be careful how you handle Sister, too. She's very good at playing us like a fiddle. I know we're at time, but we're going to wait till we're through this and then we'll stop. Despite everything, I'm glad we had the chance to meet. Thanks, Gretel. I'll be careful. I'm glad I met you, too. All of you. Ah! Look at our beautiful boys. Goodbye forever. Oh. Kaguya and the Wizard, my bestest boys. Cinderella and Red Riding Hood are up there too. Look, Gretel, I actually really enjoyed his story, despite the fact that it was disturbing. And he actually, when Cinderella's route, I kind of was like, I kind of like Gretel. He's kind of like, I didn't think that he would be. He wasn't the one when you see them that you're like, you. It was Wizard and Kaguya that I was drawn to the most. But I really enjoyed Gretel's personality and Cinderella's route. And then you got his route and you're like, this is some fucked up shit, but all right. I hate to say Snow White is my least favorite, but again, it's just because he's so pretty. He's like a pretty lolly boy, and that's not my thing, but still. Kaguya and the Wizard, I'll miss you. I'll miss Snow White a little bit. I mean, Cinderella a little bit, too. Anyway. Okay, Alistair, it's time to go. Right. Perfect timing. Okay, so we're not going to get our ending, obviously, in this part, because this is very long, and we had the conversations and stuff like that, so. Alright, so I'm going to stop here, and we will maybe finish in the next part. So, yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.